please welcome Robert Roose.
Yeah, thank you, Ryan. Good to be here.
Yes, I mean, obviously you're traveling around and everything, so let me kind of get to know Robert a bit. I mean, I didn't realize you were Australian from just looking at a few things, but obviously from Australia. So you might kind of tell us your journey and then how it kind of evolved into crypto.
Yeah, sure. So, yeah, I grew up in Australia and spent most of my childhood there and went to university. I studied business and technology, predominantly, and then I kind of was always into entrepreneurship. So I kind of got started with building businesses when I was around 15 or so. Just kind of like hobby little businesses of consultancy and like building computers. And then in university, I studied more and met some people and started a new uh, kind of startup at the time. It was like an online fashion magazine. And I didn't have any experience with fashion, but like my co-founder was very passionate about it. And I was passionate about the technology. So like, hey, let's just work together and let's see where this goes. And I was in university for a little while, and then I just kind of got a little tired, because I really wanted to get more into entrepreneurship and business. And so that's when I decided that, Australia is probably not the right fit for me. It just wasn't the best cultural fit. It was hard to find co-founders. It was hard to find venture capitalists. So of course, the obvious place to go was Silicon Valley. So I went to San Francisco as my first destination. And after that, I kind of fell in love with just traveling. So I spent some time in the USA, mostly in California and Florida. I was working with some startups over there. And eventually I made my way over into Europe. I've been in some other locations as well in Latin America, some in Asia. But Europe has been kind of my home for around like the last 5 years or now. So I've traveled Europe kind of extensively, and I like to maintain my home bases between like the two sides of Europe, so like Eastern Europe and Western Europe. And just kind of like rotate between those, and then it's kind of a good location because then I can travel to like Asia for events. So I was in Dubai last month, and I'm wanting to kind of travel a bit more next year, depending on how things go. So yeah, you described me as like a digital nomad. I think yeah, digital nomad is definitely me at heart. I definitely like to travel, and I kind of get bored just sitting still.